Have you noticed that you're no longer as interested in the spiritual practices that used to nourish your soul? Could this be a sign that someone is trying to attack your spirituality? It's a realm where the idea of a spiritual attack becomes a major concern, especially for those who are deeply connected to the universe. It's important to understand these attacks if you feel a strong connection to the spiritual world. They can have a big impact on both spiritual practice and daily life. Let's look at the 7 signs of a spiritual attack. The first sign is when you lose interest in spiritual activities. This change isn't insignificant. It's a significant loss of motivation and joy in practices that used to be a central part of your daily routine, your inner peace, and your connection to the universe. Picture this: you wake up one morning and the sunrise no longer moves you. The meditation sessions that used to be your go-to for grounding now feel like empty rituals. And the spiritual texts that used to be a source of inspiration now seem dull and lifeless. It's as if the colors of your spiritual world have lost their vibrancy, leaving you wandering in a landscape where nothing sparks the light within you anymore. This lack of interest isn't just about being too busy or momentarily distracted by the hustle and bustle of life. It's more than just a surface-level issue. It's as though a veil has been drawn over your spiritual eyes, blinding you to the beauty and wisdom that once guided you. Your daily rituals, which used to be an integral part of your life, now feel like a burden. You're just going through the motions without any sense of purpose or fulfillment. Why does this happen? The answer is often found in the subtle encroachment of spiritual lethargy, a gradual disconnect from your spiritual essence. This disconnect doesn't happen overnight. It starts with small changes in how you act and feel about your spiritual practices. Before you know it, the passion that once fueled your spiritual journey has dwindled to mere embers. You might find that the time you used to set aside for meditation or prayer is now easily given up for everyday tasks. You may even find that the spiritual community you used to be an active part of now sees you as a stranger. And you might feel that the quest for deeper understanding and connection with the divine is now a distant memory. This isn't just a phase. It's a sign, a warning even, that your spiritual well-being is under attack. Forces are at work subtly eroding your connection to the deeper truths of the universe. The good news is that there are ways to get back on track. Spotting this sign is the first step to reigniting your spiritual passion. It's a chance to take a look at where you are on your spiritual journey, to think about what's changed, and to deal with whatever is affecting your spiritual well-being. It's a call to action, urging you to reignite the flame of your spirit, to brush away the ashes of disinterest, and to rediscover the joy and purpose that your spiritual practices once brought into your life. To reconnect with your spiritual essence, you need to make a conscious effort. It might mean setting aside time each day to meditate, even when you don't feel like it, or reaching out to your spiritual community for support, even if pride makes it difficult. It could mean going back to the spiritual texts that used to inspire you, reading them with a fresh perspective, and letting their wisdom help you see things in a new light. Everyone's journey back to spiritual engagement is different and personal. It's a journey worth taking, though, because the richness and depth it adds to your life is immeasurable. As you start to take these steps, remember that the universe is still there for you. It's simply waiting for you to open your heart again to the possibilities that spiritual connection brings. This is the moment to seek out the joy and purpose that once illuminated your path. Tell us about your journey, the challenges you've faced, and the triumphs you've celebrated. By doing this, you not only get your spiritual life back on track, but you also become a source of hope for others who might be lost and looking for their way back to the light. The second sign is when you start to face financial difficulties. These can test your faith and challenge your spiritual beliefs. This isn't about the odd hiccup in the economy or the usual ups and downs in resources. It's a constant, nagging challenge that forces you into a corner where you have to decide between depending on the universe and meeting your material needs every day. These financial challenges can show up in all kinds of ways. Maybe it's the sudden loss of a job you thought was secure, leaving you feeling uncertain about your future. Or it could be an unexpected expense that wipes out your savings, leaving you wondering why, even though you have faith and are disciplined, you're facing such hardship. It's like every dollar you earn just slips through your fingers like water, and every step forward is countered by 2 steps back. This relentless financial pressure doesn't just affect your bank account. It can really take a toll on your spirit. The worry and stress that come with financial instability can make it hard to stay connected to your beliefs. You find yourself questioning the very foundations of your faith, wondering if your spiritual path has led you astray or if the universe has abandoned you in your time of need. But it's in these moments of doubt and struggle that your faith is both tested and strengthened. The universe isn't trying to test you or neglect you. It's a chance to strengthen your trust, let go of the idea that you can control your material circumstances, and put your faith in something bigger. It's a reminder that spiritual wealth often comes in the form of material lack, teaching you lessons of resilience, gratitude, and the true value of things unseen. When you facing financial difficulties, it's important to change your perspective. Instead of seeing these challenges as something to be avoided or as a sign of failure, see them as chances to learn and grow. They're like catalysts that make you think about what's truly important. It's a chance to get rid of the superficial aspects of materialism and rediscover the abundance that comes from a well-tended spiritual life. By doing this, you show that you're dedicated to your spiritual journey. You realize that true security and peace come from a connection with the universe, not from having a lot of material things. The third sign is feeling really tired, both physically and mentally, and there's no obvious medical reason for it. This weariness is like a thick fog, a relentless force that engulfs you, sapping your strength and dimming the light of your spirit. It's an exhaustion that affects not just your body but your spirit too. Even the simplest spiritual practices feel like insurmountable tasks. This isn't the kind of tiredness that comes from a long day's work or the natural ebb and flow of life's rhythms. It's a deep exhaustion that's hard to understand. It leaves you too drained to connect, to reach out, or to engage with the sacred practices that once brought you solace and strength. Picture this: the things that used to give you energy and direction now seem like they're from another world. The idea of meditating, praying, or going to a spiritual gathering, which used to bring immense joy and replenishment, now feels like climbing a mountain with no peak. This exhaustion is like an anchor, dragging you down and stopping you from reaching the spiritual heights you were once so eager to explore. But why does this happen? This tiredness is often a sign that your spiritual connection is under threat. It's as if there's an invisible force at work, methodically working to cut the ties that bind you to the divine. It's making you so tired, so utterly depleted that you no longer have the strength to fight, to stand, to seek the light. This force feeds off your fatigue, when you're too tired to remember your own divinity, too exhausted to feel the universe's embrace. This type of exhaustion is a tactic used by those who want to see your spiritual defenses crumble. They know that a tired person is more likely to give in, that a worn-out soul is more open to doubt and despair. They want to wear you down until the idea of spiritual nourishment seems like a distant fantasy, unattainable and unrealistic. Dealing with this exhaustion means more than just getting some sleep. It requires a reconnection with the sources of your spiritual power. It's about finding those small, quiet moments of peace amidst the chaos and learning to draw strength from the stillness within. It's about understanding that this exhaustion isn't a sign of weakness. It's a call to action, an invitation to fight back against the darkness with the light of your faith. When you're feeling exhausted, it's important to take time to recharge your spirit. This is a chance to reconnect with the heart of your spiritual practice. It might start with just recognizing that you're tired. Don't see it as a bad thing, but as something that can help you get back to the basics of your faith. It's in these moments of acknowledgement that you can start to shed the weight of your weariness, layer by layer, until you find yourself light enough to rise, to reach out, to reconnect with the divine. Everyone's journey through exhaustion is different, but it's a path that can be traveled. It could mean picking up your spiritual practices in small, manageable ways. Look for joy in the simplicity of a mindful breath, the quiet of a moment's prayer, or the community of a spiritual gathering, no matter how virtual or distant. Every little step you take is a win, a way to reclaim your energy and spirit from those who would drain them. Don't forget that you're not alone in feeling this way. It's there for you, waiting patiently with open arms for you to find your way back from the fog of exhaustion. Your journey back to spiritual vitality is not just about getting better. It's proof of your resilience. It shows that no matter how tired you are, you can still connect with the infinite. When you recognize and face this exhaustion, you reclaim more than just your energy. You also reclaim your place in the big, connected web of life and spirit. The fourth sign is an overwhelming sense of confusion, fear, and anxiety. It's like a storm that sweeps in without warning, turning your world upside down and obscuring the guiding lights that were there for you before. This isn't just the normal kind of nervousness that everyone experiences from time to time. It's a deep emotional turbulence that clouds your judgment and distorts your perception, making it difficult to hear the universe's gentle whispers. Picture this: you're navigating life with a compass that has always pointed you in the right direction, offering clarity and guidance whenever you needed it. But then, the compass starts spinning out of control. The routes that were once straightforward are now obscured by fog, and every choice feels like venturing into the unknown. The goals and dreams you once had so much passion for now seem far away and unattainable, lost in a fog of doubt and insecurity. This confusion often comes with a paralyzing fear that stops you in your tracks. It's the kind of fear that keeps you up at night, going over and over in your mind all the what-ifs. What if you're making the wrong choices? What if you've placed your trust in the wrong thing? These questions don't just pop up now and then. They take over, leaving you feeling helpless and isolated. Anxiety also becomes a constant companion, suggesting worst-case scenarios and feeding into the cycle of fear and confusion. It's like you're caught in a whirlpool, with each wave of worry pulling you further away from the calm center where you once found solace and a connection with the universe. But why does this happen? It's as if some malevolent forces are muddying the waters and trying to sever the lifeline that ties you to the universe. They want to distract you from your spiritual path and make you doubt the guidance and protection you've always had. They know that a soul adrift is easier to influence and pull away from the light. Knowing this is a spiritual attack is the first step to getting your clarity and strength back. It's about recognizing the storm but staying on your feet. Just remember that the universe is still there for you, guiding you through the fog like a lighthouse. It's up to you to tune out the noise, calm your mind, and find your way back to the path that leads home. The fifth sign is when old habits and negative influences start to resurface. It's like you're being pulled back into patterns and behaviors you thought you'd left behind in the shadows of your past. It can be a confusing and discouraging experience. You might find yourself watching as the vices, dependencies, or toxic patterns you once thought you'd overcome are clawing their way back into your life. You might find yourself reaching for that bottle of liquor you swore you'd given up. It promised oblivion but delivered only regret. Or maybe it's the toxic ex-partner you've blocked and unblocked on your phone more times than you can count. There, a familiar poison. It could even be that negative self-talk you thought you'd got under control is back, whispering insidiously in your ear once more. These aren't just random occurrences or simple mistakes. They're clear signs of a spiritual attack aimed at derailing your path of growth and enlightenment. This isn't a sign of failure or weakness. It's not a coincidence. It's an orchestrated attempt by malevolent forces to exploit your vulnerabilities, preying on your moments of doubt and periods of instability. It's obvious what they want. They want to mess with you. You are spiritual equilibrium and cut the connections you've worked hard to make with the universe. By bringing back these old habits and influences, these forces want to make it so you can't move on from your past. This makes it much harder for you to grow and improve spiritually. Facing these resurfacing issues is no easy task. It takes a lot of strength to face these challenges. You need to draw on your inner strength, as well as the strength of the universe, your spiritual guides, and the supportive community you've built around you. The key is to see these patterns as challenges to be met with resilience and determination, not as setbacks. Remember, every time you push back against these old habits and negative influences, you're showing that you're dedicated to your spiritual journey. Every time you make a choice that aligns with your higher self, you're saying that your past doesn't define you. The universe is there for you, offering the tools and guidance you need to overcome these challenges. When you're faced with old challenges, it's a good idea to take a step back and look at things from a different perspective. It's a chance to strengthen your spiritual armor, deepen your practices, and embrace the love and light that the universe offers. It's a reminder that the path to spiritual growth isn't a straight line. It's more like a spiral, where facing old challenges with new strength is part of the journey to enlightenment. The sixth sign is when you feel isolated from spiritual communities. This isn't just about missing a few meetings or feeling a bit out of place. It's a deep sense of disconnection that affects your very soul, creating a gap between you and the fellowship that once felt like home. It's like you're on the edge of a huge gap, watching as the community you used to be part of moves on without you, leaving you stranded on the other side. This kind of isolation doesn't happen overnight. It starts off subtle, with reasons that seem valid at first. Maybe you tell yourself you're too busy, or you're just not in the mood to attend that spiritual study group or prayer meeting. But as time goes on, these absences become more frequent, and the reasons behind them seem less and less convincing. The effect of this isolation on your spiritual foundation is huge. These communities are not just groups of people who think alike. They're the foundation of your spiritual support system. They're the collective heartbeat of your faith, offering encouragement, understanding, and a shared journey towards enlightenment. If you don't have this connection, your spiritual life will start to wither like a plant that's starved of sunlight. You'll feel adrift and alone in your spiritual quest. Not engaging with your spiritual community could be a sign of a bigger problem. Maybe it's a fear of being judged or a feeling of not being good enough that's holding you back. Or perhaps it's a growing cynicism about the beliefs you once held dear. No matter what the reason is, the effect is the same. Your spiritual resolve is getting weaker, and you're losing the sense of community and strength that used to support your faith. This is your cue to take action. It's a call to bridge the gap and reach out to reconnect with your spiritual colleagues. It's a reminder that you're not alone on your spiritual journey. There's strength in unity, healing, and fellowship. By getting past the things that keep you isolated, you can restore the vital connections that nourish your soul and reinforce the foundation of your spiritual life. The seventh sign is having unsettling dreams and visions filled with ominous imagery, which signals an assault on your subconscious spiritual connection. This isn't just the odd nightmare or strange dream that everyone experiences from time to time. It's a pattern of dreams that leave you waking in a cold sweat, feeling like the darkness from your dreams has seeped into your waking reality. These aren't just your imagination playing tricks on you. They're real, often disturbing visions that stick with you and make you feel uneasy. You might find yourself standing on the edge of a dark void in your dreams, with the feeling that something sinister is lurking just beyond your vision. Or maybe you're being followed by shadowy figures that won't let you rest, no matter how hard you try to run or where you try to hide. These dreams send a message, a feeling of dread that sticks around even after you wake up. It's like a whisper in your mind that something's wrong. This onslaught of nightmarish visions serves a purpose for the malevolent forces at work. They want to shake the very foundation of your spiritual peace and sever the threads that connect you to the divine. The images and feelings these dreams create are designed to scare you, to make you question not only your spiritual path but also your sanity. It's as if these forces are carefully picking the lock to your soul, trying to get in and corrupt your inner sanctuary. But why would your dreams become a battlefield? The reason is that the human subconscious is vulnerable. In our dreams, we're not as constrained by logic and social norms as we are in our everyday lives. Our dreams make us vulnerable to spiritual manipulation because we're open and exposed. These night terrors are a direct attack on your spiritual well-being. They aim to weaken your resolve and distance you from the comforting embrace of the universe. Dealing with these kinds of dreams requires more than just willpower. It requires you to reaffirm your faith and make a conscious effort to strengthen your spiritual defenses. It's a wake-up call, urging you to clear your mind and spirit, to find comfort in prayer or meditation, and to reaffirm your connection with the divine. Remember, the power of the universe within you is far greater than any darkness that tries to invade your dreams. Stay strong in your beliefs, and let the light of your spirit banish the shadows that haunt your dreams. It's important to know the signs of a spiritual attack so you can keep your spiritual well-being in good shape. Staying alert, looking for help from higher powers or the universe, and always working on your spiritual growth are key ways to successfully deal with these challenges. It's important to stay connected to your spiritual path and the universe. This helps you draw strength and wisdom from this connection. This approach helps you handle the challenges of spiritual attacks and come out stronger, more enlightened, and with a deeper understanding of your spiritual journey. Have you experienced these spiritual trials? Share your story. Your journey could help others and show how we can support each other in facing the spiritual battles we all face.